Hello and welcome back to the Helmet Head YouTube channel. Now inside this box is the latest product from Ottocast, and that is their Lite C5 SE smart screen for your motorcycle. And they've promised it's super easy to install, it has a really high quality touchscreen, and not just that, it will unlock Apple CarPlay and Android Auto so you can use all your navigation and your apps out on the road. But the thing of it is, they've sent it to me for the 11 out of 10 test. So let's put it through an unboxing, installation and real world test and see exactly how cool the C5 actually is on the road. Cue the intro. Let's start with the great unboxing. The packaging has all your items nice and secure. On opening up the box, you'll see this beautiful 5-inch touchscreen. The C5 feels heavy duty with a premium quality to the touch. There's some nice easy to press buttons on the side that will make it really easy during winter when you've got those big thick winter gloves on. The handlebar mount also feels heavy duty and good quality. It comes with a whole selection of spacers so it will fit any size handlebars. It comes with all of the tools required for installation. The base plate has 3 points of contact so it will make sure it's nice and secure on the bike. It even comes with this really handy sun visor that takes away all of that sun glare when you're out on the road. It comes with 2 different types of power lead. One is the old-fashioned to battery and then the other is a handy USB lead. The user manual installation guide is really easy to read with step-by-step instructions, and that's everything you'll find inside the box, so it's time to move on to installation. The first thing you need to do is take your base plate. There's a small nut that you need to pop into position and then simply put it on the back of your C5, matching up the 3 holes. Once that's done, take the 3 rubber grommets and pop them onto the 3 bolts. Simply put the bolts into the holes and tighten to make sure it's nice and secure and in place. Now take the remaining bolt and the handlebar mount and then simply pop the bolt into the back of the handlebar mount and then tighten into the back of your C5. Next, take your sun visor. There's 2 very small screws, just pop them in and tighten with the tool provided, and then that will be nice and secure as well. Now it's time to move on to the bike. The first thing you need to do is remove any plastics to run wires, plus locate your battery by removing the seat. Take your handlebar mount, remove the 2 bolts and then decide which spacers will fit your handlebars. Once that's done, pop your C5 into place, retighten both bolts and it'll be nice and secure. And then tuck the wires with the rest of the cables between the forks. Then decide which power cable works well for your bike. You've got your standard cable with a plus and minus. Red is for positive, black is for negative. Or you've got the simple, easy USB that will plug straight into any USB port you've got on the bike. Then all you have to do is run your cable the length of the bike and plug it into the connector. It's a simple push in and then it has a thumbnail screw to keep it nice and secure and locked into place. Now it's time to tidy up all of your cables to make it a nice and neat job. Make sure none of the cables are touching any part of the engine or the exhaust. Now put your plastics and your seat back into place on your bike and that's installation complete. Next, fire up your bike and your C5 system will come into life. Take your mobile phone, go to settings and type in CarPlay. At the bottom of the screen you will find your device. Simply click on there, accept any notifications and within a few seconds you'll be connected to CarPlay. So let's start the real world test and we'll switch it on and we'll see how quick the C5 SE fires into life. And there we go, bump, welcome, straight away. Now what this will do, it will fire up the main screen and then from the main screen it will automatically now connect to my phone and then Apple CarPlay will start. So it's going to do it all by itself. So let's see how quick it goes into CarPlay. And bump, just like that. How cool is that? Now let's go back to the main menu and just have a quick look at the settings. Let's start with the brightness. So it's only on 50% at the minute and that screen for me is just absolutely perfect. But let's switch it right up and get that screen nice and bright so you can all see. Look how cool that is. So you can manually adjust that all the way up and all the way down, but of course when you're in CarPlay it will do it via your phone, so it means that it will automatically dim when it's dark and go into night mode instead of being nice and bright in your face. That's fantastic. Going into settings here, you can adjust all sorts of things. So you can hear the buttons click and you can turn up the volume of that, but you got that nice clear sound even with the helmet on. And then what you can obviously do is you can change the screensaver, you can change language to any language that you're after. There's so much stuff you can do. Change the time and date on it, and of course you can check which version you've got to make sure you update it online. But if it all goes wrong and you make a mistake and you put the language into a language you have no idea what you're doing, don't forget you can factory reset it as well. So let's move on to the really cool thing, Apple CarPlay, what this unlocks. Straight into Apple CarPlay. Right, now this is the main screen here, and obviously there's so much stuff that you can do, but let's start off with one of the most awesome ones, and that's sending a message. So there's no longer having to get your phone out, faff about, trying to get it out, unlock it, put your PIN number in, write a message to say to your wife or your partner, I'm running late home from work, as a message for example. You can do all that now via voice, because if you've got a comm system like I've got here, and it doesn't matter which comm system it actually is, that's connected to my phone, and then that works as the microphone and also the speakers, so I can hear everything and I can do all the voice prompts via the microphone of this. So check this out. So you can do it on Messenger and you can do it on WhatsApp. So on WhatsApp here, for example, I can say, send a message, Abby, I'm just out on a ride testing a really cool product. I will be home soon, love you. Send. And just like that, I've now sent my wife a WhatsApp message. That is just so cool. No faff anymore. Absolutely love it. But this has many more party tricks. So let's talk about music. Now, if you've got music installed on your phone, because some of us like to download our music, so if we've got no Wi-Fi, we can play it. Of course you can. Simply click on music. And then Amazon Music, got an Amazon account, you've got access to all of that. That's here as well. I've got a Spotify account, so all I have to do is click on Spotify, and now it will load up all of my Spotify account. That means I can listen to my favourite tunes or anything I want to listen to on Spotify. Next level cool. So listening to music when you're out and about, you can pull up the big screen, and then as you can see easily, and so I'm going to pop on my gloves to show you what I mean, because this is easily used even with gloves on. I can literally press play, and there we go, listening to my tune as I'm going along. That is so cool. But say you want to skip the track, that's super easy as well, because all you do is skip the track. Perfect. How cool. So next, let's look at navigation, because that's what we love these for. With this beautiful 5-inch screen, you can use all your favourite ones. Anything that's compatible with CarPlay will work on this system. So Apple Maps, for example, and of course Waze. And so many people love Waze, because what you can do is you can turn around and put, there's a pothole in the road, and it'll inform the other driver, or there's police coming up or an accident, and if it's no longer there, you can literally tap on it and take it away. So people are up to date. But my favourite, and the one that I use when I'm travelling around the world, is Google Maps. So let's put in a local town that I really like. Let's put in Market Harborough, and let's navigate, and we'll see what the screen is like out on the road. And straight away you can see this beautiful big screen showing all of Google Maps, what means that I can see clearly. And of course I'm also getting those audible instructions as well, so I don't have to look at the screen, I have to concentrate on the screen. I get the audible instructions, and I can have a quick glance down and see exactly where I'm going. But my favourite screen of all, is you tap just there and you tap again. But this screen is my favourite screen to use, and the reason why is because I've got my Google Maps just there, I've got turn-by-turn instructions up there, so I know 0.8 of a mile I'm going to turn, and I've got whatever music, podcast, audio book that I'm listening to just there. So I can literally play my music, chill out to my tunes, and the music will dip down and I will get the instructions from Google Maps coming through as well, so I'm never going to miss it. That makes my life so much more easier. But one of the things that I love on a long ride is listening to my favourite podcasts, and I can simply click onto the Apple Podcast and find my favourite ones, and then I can chill out listening to that. Because when I'm going on a commute to work and back, it's nice to have a listen to a podcast, especially when you're getting a little bit bored of music, and they're normally lasting anything from 15 minutes to an hour, so I can just chill out listening to that on the way. So I can play my favourite podcast now and chill out on my ride to work. But one of the things that I really enjoy when I'm on a big ride, when I'm going to my big adventure and I'm heading down miles and miles and miles of road on the motorways, chilling out, and I'm bored listening to music and podcasts, the one thing that I really enjoy that helps me munch down those miles is listening to my favourite audiobook. Now here, what's really cool is if you've downloaded it onto your phone, you've got access to it via audiobooks, and then of course Audible, Amazon, all the Amazon apps work. So Audible, I can click on there and that gets all of my ones that I've downloaded and I use that mean at my fingertips. I've got access to all of my favourite audiobooks, including things like The Long Way Down, so I can chill out listening to their story as I'm riding, just helping me munch down every single mile. I just really like that. Happy days. Now, one of the things that really impressed me about this system, what I find so handy, because I'm constantly getting calls from work or I'm getting calls from people when I'm out riding. Sometimes what I like to do is switch off, but of course if it's an important call then I need to answer it. So when my phone's ringing, on here it will come up with the person that's calling you. That means when you have a quick glance down you can go, do you know what, I don't want to speak to work today, I'm on a day off and I'm enjoying the ride, and you can ignore it. Or of course if it's your wife ringing or somebody that's letting you know there's a problem, then you know you can answer it and it's important. But just making calls is really easy as well, because I can pop here, I can go into my call list and I can select anybody I want to select, like my mum here, and within a few seconds I'm connected and I'm calling. And then of course to hang up, I can hang up on the screen or use all of my comm buttons as you do, but everything still works in regards to my comms, voice control, everything else. They just work nicely in sync. So what's left for me to do is continue my ride, chilling out to some tunes and just enjoying the ride. Wow, what an awesome system. The Otto Lite C5 SE. It's just super easy, isn't it? To install, put on your bike and unlocking Apple CarPlay for me with the navigation, be able to send messages, be able to listen to my favourite podcast. It's just awesome, and I can't believe how easy it was to install. So if you want to pick up yours, all the information that you need is down in the description with the latest discount code, and you don't want to miss out on this, do you? Now if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget, if you've got a friend or a family member that might be interested in this, share this video with them so they get to see all the goodness that the C5 has to offer. But most importantly, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, so you do not miss out all the latest tech in the motorcycle space here on Helmet Head. Enjoy your ride, take care, and pick up one of these. Bye bye for now.